Hello students, today I am going to do the end of year evaluation, Department of Education, North Central Province, paper 1. So this is 2 hours paper. So you get 2 parts, part A and B. Part A you get short questions, 25 short questions, and part B 5 long questions. So you can spend 1 hour for part A and 1 hour for part B. So how many minutes you can spend for one question? 2 minutes and 24 seconds in paper 1 part A and part B 5 questions. So you can spend 12 minutes per question and spaces are given. So you can write down the answers in the space provided. So we'll see how we can do this paper. So you can start 1 to 7 and then after you do, you can watch my video and look at my answers. Question number 1. When buying an item, 15% of VAT is added. Find the amount of VAT when buying an item for 20,000. So they are asking only the VAT amount. So VAT is 15% off. That means 15 over 100 into 20,000. 2 zeros get cancelled out and you are getting 2 zeros here. 2 times 15, that's 30. So 3,000 rupees. So 2 zeros here and 2 times 15, 30. 3,000 rupees is the amount of VAT needs to pay. So this is 1 mark for the answer and 1 mark for the method. So each question worth 2 marks in part A. Express 5 to the power 4 equals 625 in logarithmic form. Can you remember 10 squared is 100? So we can write this as log 10 base 100 is equal to 2. So the index goes there. So likewise, how can you write 5 to the power 4? This one in logarithmic form. This is base. This is base 5 base 625 is equal to the index. That's 4. So you get 2 marks for that. Question number 3. According to the information given in the figure, find the value of x. 2 lines are parallel. X and this one, allied angles. So what is x? Straight away you can find out using 180 minus 140. So 40 degrees is x, allied angles. Then can you see y is the exterior angle and these are the 2 opposite interior angles. So the sum of opposite interior angles is equal to exterior angles. So 30 plus x, x is 40. So you get 70 as the y value. So you get 2 marks, 1 mark for this and 1 mark for this y value and x value. Question number 4. It takes 6 days to complete a certain task by 5 men. Men and days. 5 men, 6. So how many man days are there to complete this work? 6 times 5, 30 man days. Find the number of days needed to complete the half of the task. So what is half of the task? 30 into half, 15. So if man days is 15 and 3 men are there, how many days needed? So you just divide by 3. 15 divided by 3, you get 5. So 3 times 5, 15. So you need 5 days for that. So 1 here and 1 here for the method. Question number 5. Underline the coordinates which satisfy both inequalities x less than 2 and y less than x. First thing, x less than 2. This is okay. This is less than 2, correct. But you can't take this one, that's equal to 2. And this is okay. So now 3 points you can consider. Now look at the next inequality, y is less than x. Y value should be less than x. 0 is less than 1. So that's correct. So you can write 1, 0. This one minus 2 is not greater than 2. So you can't consider this as well. And think about this one. Minus 1 is greater than minus 2. So that also possible. So you get 2 points, either this and this satisfy x less than 2 as well as y less than x. So you get 1 mark here and 1 mark for this one. Simplify. So algebraic fractions, how you do? You can check whether there are common factors in numerator and the denominator. 5 times 1, 5 times 2. And 1y get cancelled out. 1x cancel out with this one. What else? You get 4 times 2, 8. And then x is there. And 1y and 3 in the denominator. So 8xy over 3. So you get 1 mark for this one. And simplification, 1 mark. Question number 7. Describe the shaded region in words. The entire set is students of grade 10. So this is grade 10 students. Students who study music is A. So this is music. So here this is A. B means boys. So what's the shaded region? Boys, but outside the music circle. Do not study music in grade 10. So we can write A dash intersection B. You don't need to write down that, but you can write down what's the shaded region. Boys who do not study music in grade 10, because this is about grades 10 students. Boys who do not study music in grade 10. So you get 2 marks for this one. Identify the correct region. Now you can try 8 to 13. So we'll take question number 8. Find the least common multiple of 4x squared y and 8xy. So you write down all the terms separately. 4 you can write 2 to the power 2, x squared and y. 8, 2 times 2 times 2, 2 to the power 3, x, y. Now for the least common multiple, we take the highest power of all the terms. 2, you can take 2 to the power 3 is the highest one. When you take x, x squared is the highest one, and y. 2 to the power 3 is 8, x squared, y. So that's the lowest common multiple. So you get 1 mark here and 1 mark for identifying separate factors. 10 identical cards which are numbered are given below. Find the probability of getting number 4. How many cards are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10. How many 4s are there? 1, 2, 3. There are 3 possibilities of getting 4. So 3 out of 10. 2 marks. Question number 10. According to the information in the figure, name a triangle equal to the area of the triangle BCD. Here, these lines are parallel. If these are parallel, you can take here BCD is this one. So that triangle and this triangle both are equal in area. Say, because same base BC and the perpendicular height is the same in between two parallel lines. So straight away you can write BCD triangle is equal to ABC triangle. Name a triangle equal to the area of the triangle ABO. ABO. Now can you see we found these two are equal. This is common. This area is common. So when you subtract bigger one minus the common area from both, we can see AOB is equal to OCD triangle. So ABO triangle is equal to COD triangle. So 1 mark for each part. 1 mark here, 1 mark there. Question number 11. If the interquartile range is 8. Interquartile range is 8. What's interquartile range? Q3 minus Q1. And the first quartile is 3. So this is 3. And you are asked to find out the third quartile. Just substitution. What is Q3 then? Q3 becomes, take minus 3 to this side, 8 plus 3, 11. So third quartile is 11. So 1 mark here, 1 mark there for the method. Question number 12. Underline the value which is approximately equal to the expression root 3 and root 4. We know that root 4 is 2. So basically this is 2 root 3. Can you remember the root 3 value? 1.732. When you multiply by 2, what is the rough value? 2 times 2, 4, 2 times 3, 6, 2 times 7, 14, 2 times 1, 2 plus 1, 3. So 3.4 something. So not 3, close to 3.4. So this is the closest value. So you get 1 mark for identifying this one. If you can't remember this, you can take the approximation value for root 3. Root 3 is in between 1 and 4. Root 4 and root 1. So you can take 1 point something for root 3 and then multiply by 2. You get 3.4. Question number 13. The area of the cross section of the prism is 24 square centimeters and its volume is 240 cubic centimeters. Find the length of the prism. We know for a prism, volume is cross-sectional area into length. Volume is given 240 cubic centimeters, area 24. You can find out the length. So divide by 24. 240 divided by 24, you get 10. So L is 10 centimeters. So 1 mark here and 1 mark for the method. Now you can try 14 to 19. Question number 14. Two factors are shown in the diagram which are needed to show that the triangles ABC and PQR are congruent. Select the remaining equal pair of components of two triangles and put a tick in the relevant box. Given that this is equal to this is equal to this. Two sides are okay. ABC angle is PRQ. Here not equal, because if you take this angle is the included angle of these two, then this should be equal to the Q angle, not R. So this is not possible. CBA, this angle is equal to RQP. RQP, that's correct, because can you see? Included angles are equal. Then it's congruent. SAS. ACB angle, this angle, RPQ, this angle. So look at this one, opposite to this length, this angle. Opposite to this side, this angle. So then what's the case? If the two triangles are congruent, you can take that also. So without this information, you can say angle, side then. So that's also possible, but it says two factors are shown in the diagram which are needed to show that the triangle ABC and PQ are congruent. If you take that one, these two, then this should be the answer. But this is also true. You can click, this is also true. ACB, opposite to this one is RPQ. AC is equal to PQ. AC is the opposite side of this angle, is equal to PQ. That's wrong. This should be equal to PR. So two possibilities are there. So you can either tick 2 or 3. Then in the second one it's SAS. Third one it's AAS. Two angles and one side. So you get 2 marks for that. Identify correct statement. Question number 15. A and B are two locations on the horizontal ground. The point A is observed from window C at the angle of flat which is on point B, depression 42. So that means this is given 42 degrees. Angle of depression AB is 20 meters. Include the above data on the given incomplete diagram. So this is how you can show. 1 mark to show the distance here and 1 mark to show the angle. Question number 16. Solve. 2 minus x over 3 is equal to minus 1. Now we'll take 2 to the other side. Minus x over 3 is minus 1 minus 2. That's minus 3. Now multiply by 3. You get minus x equals minus 9. Divide by minus 1. Both sides you get x equals 9. 1 mark here and 1 mark for the method. Question number 17. The perimeter of the triangle PQR is 80. Find the perimeter of the triangle ABC. Now can you see these are midpoints? This is also midpoints. According to the inverse midpoint theorem or midpoint theorem. If you connect two midpoints, this is parallel to this one and the length is half. So you can take, if this is A, this is A and A, 2A. So same as the other side. So this is R is the midpoint of AC, Q is the midpoint of BC. So this line parallel to this one. So likewise you can say this is B, this becomes 2B. If this is C, this becomes 2C. So the PQR perimeter is A plus B plus C. But what's the perimeter of ABC? Perimeter of ABC is 2A plus 2B plus 2C. A plus B plus C, that's the perimeter of PQR. That's 18. So just multiply by 2. 36 centimeters. So 1 mark here and 1 mark to identify the method. Question number 18. The pie chart shows how sweets were sold in a sweet shop in a certain day. Find the angle at the center of the sector of sesame balls. This one. Angle around a point is 360. So we'll add all the other angles, 130, 75 and 65. 10 and 14 plus 3, 17 and 1, 270. So 360 minus 270 is 90 degrees. So this one is 90 degrees. So they are asking find the angle at the center or the sector of sesame balls is 90 degrees. So 1 mark and 1 mark for the method. Question number 19. Write the equation of straight line which passes through the point 0, minus 3. What's that? When x equals 0, y is minus 3 means the y-intercept given. And parallel to the line. When the two lines are parallel, you get same gradient. So gradient is 3. So you get same gradient. So 3x. But the y-intercept is minus 3. So the new equation becomes 3x minus 3. So correct slope 1 mark and correct y-intercept 1 mark. Now you can try 20 to 25. Last 5 questions. Question number 20. The radius of the semicircular figure of center O, this is center O, is 14 centimeters. Find the area of the shaded region. So you need to first find out what's the angle there, 70 plus 20, that becomes 90 degrees. So 90 degrees means this is a quarter of a circle. What's the area of a quarter of a circle? 1/4 into pi r squared. Pi we can take 22 over 7. R is 14. So 14 square. So that's the area of the shaded region. 2 times 2, 2 times 11, and this 2 with this one 7. And 7 with this one get cancelled out. How you multiply by 11? 14 into 11. We write down the first and the last number separately and add it. 4 plus 1, this is 5. So 154 square centimeters is the area of the shaded part. So 1 mark here and 1 mark for finding the angle 90 degrees. Question number 21. In the circle of the center O, P, Q, R and S are 4 points on the circle. According to the information given in the figure, find the value of A. What can you say about A? Here, this is the angle subtend on the circumference and this is the angle subtend on the center. So here this is the 2 points. So straight away, what's A? Multiplied by 2. 40 times 2, that's 80 degrees. Then B, what can you say about B angle? You need to think about a quadrilateral. Can you see if this is 40, what is this angle? 180 minus 40, that's 140. Because the opposite angles of a cyclic quadrilateral add up to 180. We know this is 140, this is 80. This is a quadrilateral. The sum should be equal to 360. So we can find out B using 360 minus sum of all the other angles, 140, 60 and 80. 360 minus 280. So what's the answer? 0, 8. So 80 degrees is the B value. So 1 mark for B, 1 mark for A. Both are equal. So that's the only way we can do the question. But we found out these two are equal. Question number 22. ABCD is a parallelogram. The bisectors of the angle ADC. This one. So if this is A bisector. And BCD bisector, we can say this is B, this is B. Meets at X on the line AB. Find the magnitude DXC. This angle. Now this is a parallelogram now. So allied angles add up to 180. So this is this one and this one, both are allied angles. 2A plus 2B is equal to 180. So what's A plus B? Divide both sides by 2. That's 90 degrees. Now look at this triangle. A plus B is 90. So what is DXC angle? 180 minus 90. You get 90 degrees is the angle DXC. So 1 mark here and 1 mark for the method. 23. In the diagram, if cos theta is 5 over 13, write the ratio for tan theta. So what is the ratio of cosine? So catoa, can you remember? So catoa. Cos means adjacent over hypotenuse. So this is the angle. Adjacent is this. So 5 is here. Hypotenuse is here. Now you need to find out the AB length. So you can use Pythagoras theorem because this is 90 degrees. 13 squared minus 5 squared is AB squared. 169 is 13 squared and 25. So when you subtract, you get 144. That's 12 squared. So what's AB? AB is 12. So you can easily remember the triplets, Pythagorean triplets, 5, 12 and 13. So this is 12. So what's the tan ratio? Tan theta is opposite over adjacent. Opposite to that is 12. Adjacent is this side, 5. So that's the correct ratio. 1 mark and 1 mark to identify the AB length. Question number 24. The center of the circle given in the figure is O. OABC is a parallelogram, already marked. DCB is a straight line. If ABD is 40 degrees, find the magnitude of BAD, this angle. What can you say? If it's a parallelogram, opposite angles are equal. So this is 40. But we know that this is the angle subtended at the center. That's equal to twice of the angle subtended on the circumference. So here, if this is 40, this is 20, half of that. So you can find out the DAB angle. 180 minus 40 and 20, because the sum of angles in a triangle is 180. So 180 minus 40 plus 20 is 60. So you get 120 degrees. So 1 mark here and 1 mark for this part. Question number 25. That's your last question in part A. The following sketch shows AB is a horizontal road and a power post M 8 meters away from the road. Using the knowledge of loci, represent the way of finding the points 10 meters away from the point M on the road AB. So, if 10 meters means more than 8. So, when you take 10 meter length from the compass, keep on top of M. So, you get 2 points on AB. This length here to here or here to here, both are the same, 10 meter length. So they are asking the points. So 1 point is here, 1 point is here. So 2 possibilities are there with equal length. So you get 2 marks, 1 mark for this point and 1 mark for this point. So that's the end of part A. So then we'll discuss part B. Now we can do part B. So part B you get 5 questions. So you have to answer all 5 questions. So try first 2. So you get 10 marks for each question. And you can spend 12 minutes for each question as well. So we'll do the first one separately. So that's about fractions and finding amounts. So we'll try to do that. So you get 4 parts. The Rural Development Society decides to separate 2/5 of an amount for repairing the building, 1/4 of an amount for welfare of members, and 1/7 of the remainder for charity in a certain year. Find the total amount separated for repairing building and welfare as a fraction from the whole amount. That means just addition of the first two. 2/5 and 1/4. What's the lowest common multiple? That's 20. Convert it to 20. This is 4 times 2, 8. 5 times 1, 5. 8 plus 5, 13 over 20. Out of 20, 13 are there. What is the amount separated for charity as a fraction of the whole amount? What's the remainder? First you have to find out the remainder. Remainder becomes 1 minus 13 over 20. That's 20 over 20 minus 13 over 20. 7 over 20. But 1/7 of the remainder is for charity. So for charity, you can find 1/7 of the remainder, 7 over 20. So you get 1 over 20. So we can give marks for these two. 4 parts are there. So we can give 1 part for just for addition. And here 2 parts. So altogether 3. If the remaining amount is 24,000, find the total amount received by the society. So you have to find out the remaining amount. Remaining amount, now we know the whole thing is 1. Spend for charity 1 over 20, and for repairing, building and welfare 13 over 20. So 13 over 20 and 1 over 20 we need to subtract to get the remaining part. So 1 minus 14 over 20. What's that? 20 over 20 minus 14 over 20. That's 6 over 20. Or you can write 3 over 10. That's the remaining amount. That's equal to 24,000. So how you find out the total amount? 3 over 10 is 24,000 rupees. So 1 part is, you have to divide by 3, and for 10 parts you multiply by 10. So the amount, total amount, 24,000, divide by 3 and multiply by 10. What's the value? 8,000 into 10, 80,000 rupees. 80,000 rupees is the answer, total amount. And the last part, if 1/4 of the amount separated for welfare is to be added to the amount separated for charity due to suggestion. Find the total amount of separated for charity. 1/4 of the amount separated for welfare. What's the amount for welfare? 1/4 amount for welfare. So 1/4 of the welfare, that's 1/4, is to be added to the amount separated for charity. So here, what is 1/4 into 1/4? 1 over 16. So that's the added part. So then the charity becomes, earlier the charity 1 over 20. Now this part added for that, 1 over 16. So find the total amount separated for charity. So you can find, what's the common denominator? 84, and this is 5. 9 over 80. So you can find out using the amount. The full amount is 80,000. So you can find out how many rupees amount for charity is 80,000 into 9 over 80. 9,000 rupees for charity. So first you find out the added part and then find the value. So 9,000 rupees for charity. So we can give marks. Remaining amount 1, and then finding the amount here, you get total 3 marks for this question. And here 1, and 2, 3, 4. 4 marks for this part. 4 plus 3, 7. 7 plus 3, 10 for the whole question. Now you can try question number 2. That's about area. So you get 5 parts. We'll try to do that. The diagram shows ABCD rectangular shaped land. The length of it is twice the breadth. The semicircular portion of which the diameter is CE is 14 meters and it's connected to the land. Find the breadth of the rectangular shaped land. So the length is 22. So breadth is half of it. It says length is twice as width. So what's the breadth? Half of 22, that's 11 meters. So this is 11 meters. So we can give 1 mark for that. Find the area of the rectangular shaped land then. So length into width or breadth. So 22 times 11. How you multiply by 11 at once? You write down separately and then add these two. 2 plus 2, 4. So the answer is 242 square meters is the area of the rectangular land. So you get 2 marks for this. Next one. Vegetables are grown in the semicircular shaped land. Find the length of the curved boundary of the semicircular land. This is arc length. So what's the length? Curved length. This is half of 2 pi r. 2 pi is 22 over 7. What's the radius? Diameter is 14. 14 divided by 2, that's 7. So 7 get cancelled out, 2 get cancelled out. 22 meters is the curved length. A fence is to be arranged around the land which vegetables are grown. So that means around this. If the fence is arranged heaping 2-meter gaps between 2 posts, find the number of posts needed. So what's the total length for the fence? Total length or the perimeter is 14 plus 22 from the previous part. 36 meters. If the gap is 2 meters, how many posts needed? Number of posts. 36 meters divided by 2. So 18 you need. So we'll give marks. 2 marks for this part. And 2 marks here. We'll look at the next one. The owner of the land decided to separate a right-angle triangular shaped part from the land which the area is equal to the semicircular shaped land such that AD and AB are boundaries. So here or here. Draw the part of the land with the measurements in the above diagram. So the area should be equal to the semicircular area. Did we find out the semicircular area? We didn't find out. We didn't find out. So now we'll find out the area of the semicircular part. Area is half pi r squared. 22 over 7. R is 7 and 7 again. 7 get cancelled out and 2 you get 77 square meters. So that's the area. So we can take, if this full AD length is taken, how you get area 77 from a triangle? Half into 11 into, we need the other side. If you say height, so what's the value? Height becomes 77 times 2 divided by 11, 14 meters. Then that means if this is full length is there, we can take 14. So 22 minus 14, what's the value? Before we draw, we need to calculate a value. 22 minus 14, 8. So here this part is 8, that means more than that. Now we know this is more than this one. What's the length? 14. So somewhere here. So this can be the triangle. So one triangle can be this one. Now there's another triangle. We'll try to find out that. If AB is the full length for a triangle, then 77 is equal to half times 22 times h. So h can be 77 divided by 11, that's 7 meters. So that means if you take full length as this can be 7. So the other possibility is with this length 7 here. So then this part is 7 and here this part we found out 40. So two possibilities are there. It can be AD boundary with this triangle or with AB boundary this triangle. So that's the last part. So you get more marks there finding both. So we can give 3 marks. We'll see how many marks we have already given. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 3 marks. 1 mark for identifying this one. 1 mark for identifying one triangle. 1 mark other possibility and altogether 3 marks. So the whole question you get 10 marks. Now you can try question number 3. That's a statistics question. The income table and the histogram are prepared using data of selling milk powder packets in a certain shop of last month, April. So you get 5 parts. So we'll try to find out. First we need to, before we look at the graph, identify the width of the class intervals. This is 10. 50 and 60, 10. 60 and 80, that's 20. 80 and 110, 30. 110 and 120, that's 10. So that means you can divide by 10. That's 1. Here 2, here 3 and 1. So that means 3 already given, 40 to 50. That means, okay. Then this is also 1, 50 to 60 given. That's 6. So you can fill that 6. 60 to 80. Here 20 there. So 2 parts is 5. So 5 each. So 5 and 5, this becomes 10 then. So this 5, that's 10. 9. So we can draw the other one. But we just fill that and now we'll answer the first part. what is the number of milk powder packets sold during this month? So you can take the total. Total 3 plus 6 plus 10 plus 9 plus 2. So you get 9, 9, 9, 18, 20, 30. So altogether 30. Part 2. Fill in the blanks of the table. So we have already done complete the histogram. Now we can complete the histogram. 80 to 110, that's 9. So 9 means 3. So divide by 3, what's the new frequency? 9 divided by 3, new frequency is 3. This one, 10 divided by 2, that's 5. Others are the same, only these two changes. So we can mark 62, 80, that's already given. This one, 3, 80 to 110, that's this one. And other one is 2, 110 to 120, that's 2. That's the histogram. And now draw the frequency polygon using the above histogram. So how you complete the frequency polygon? You connect all the midpoints of each bar. So here 2 bars are there. You have to consider midpoint of each bar. And the last one, midpoint, and the previous one also you have to take the midpoint. Now we'll connect. I'll use a different color, here to here, this one, here you get this one, and then connect all the midpoints, and then this full line as well. So you have to complete the polygon. So you get marks for that. Then there's another question to answer. Express the number of days which are sold less than 60 milk powder packets as a percentage. So here 60 is not included. Hereafter here, this is this side. So this is less. So these two, 3 plus 6, 9. So 9 out of, this is part 5. This is part 5. 9 out of 30. So we need as a percentage multiplied by 100. So that means 3 times 3, 3 times 10. So you get cancel out 30%. So 30% days which are sold less than 60 milk powder packets. So now we can give marks for all these parts. 5 parts are there. We'll give 1 mark for finding the frequencies and 1 mark for the total. And here 2 marks for the last part, calculating values. And that means 4 already we gave, and we can give 4 marks and 3 and 3. 3 marks for the histogram and 3 marks for the frequency polygon. 3, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So altogether 10 marks for this question. Now you can try 4th and 5th questions. Take 4th one. So 4 parts are there. So we'll do step by step. When a motorcycle is imported, the government charges a duty of 20% after paying the duty. The value of a motorcycle is 240,000 rupees. Find the price of motorcycle before paying duty tax. So if it's 100 with the duty tax, you have to pay 120. So that's the final value given. So 120 over 100 value is given 240,000. So what about the original value? So the previous value is, we can write down price before tax. 240,000 divide by 120 and multiply by 100. 1 0 get cancelled out. 12 times 2. What's the value? 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 200,000 rupees is the price before the tax. That's the motorcycle. The transport cost, other expenditure for a motorcycle is 4,000. You have to pay 4,000. Then the seller marks the price of a motorcycle keeping a profit of 5%. Find the marked price of a motorcycle. So what's the total cost? This 200,000 and 4,000. Here, this is the previous value. After paying the government tax, that's this value. So what's the total value with all these expenditure? So 240,000 plus 4,000. 244,000. So then we need 5% profit from that. So what's the marked price? So how you keep 5%? If you want 5% profit, if it's 100, you have to take 105. So 105 into 100 into 244,000. 2 zeros get cancelled out. Now multiply 244 and 105. 105 here. So multiply by 1 and multiply by 5. 20, 22. 5 times 2, 10 plus 2, 12. 2, 5, 6, 2, 0. So that means 2, 5, 6, 2, 0 and put 1 0 there, 1 0 here. So 200. 1 0 there. So 256,200 rupees is the marked price with the 5% profit. So altogether how many parts are there? 4 parts. So we'll give marks for these parts. This is 2 marks. And this is total value is 1 mark, and with the profit we can give another 2 marks. So altogether 5 marks for first 2 parts. When selling a motorcycle on cash price, a discount of 2,562 is reduced. Find the percentage of the discount. So discount is given 2,562 for the marked price 256,200. 256,200 for this one. 256,200, you get 2,562 discount, and as a percentage you multiply by 100. This one becomes 1. 100 divided by 100, you get 1%. Discount is given. So you get another 2 marks for this question. Look at the fourth part. If seller sells 20 motorcycles in a certain month, find the profit he received. So now we found out the mark price was 256,200. 256,200 is the mark price. But after that, 2,562 discount is given. So what's the mark price now? Subtract these two, you get 8, 3, and this is 6, and 3, 5, 2. Just check it. So you get this amount. So now how can we find out the profit? So you need to subtract the total expenditure. That's 244,000 rupees. 244,000 rupees you have to subtract to get the profit. 9,638. So this is for one motorcycle. So what's the total profit? 20 times that value, 9,638. 0, 16 and 7. 2 times 6, 12, 1 remaining, and 2 times 9, 18 plus 1, 19. So 192,760 rupees is the total profit. Again check, 2 times 8, 16, 7, 2 times 6, 12, and 2 times 9, 18 plus 1, 19. So you get 3 marks for the whole question, 2 marks for this calculation, and 1 mark for multiplying this by 20. So altogether this is 5, and the previous 2 you get 5. Total is 10 marks. Now you can try question number 5. So that's probability question. So you have to draw a sample space diagram and a tree diagram. So 2 parts are there. We'll do the first part. There are 2 red bulbs in a box. All are identical bulbs. A bulb is taken out randomly without putting it into the box, and another bulb is taken out. Show the sample space of selecting 2 bulbs in the grid. So first taken, 2 red. I can mark as R1, R2. And 3 blue. B1, B2, B3. 3 blues. So this side also I can mark R1, R2, B1, B2, B3. So in this one, if you have taken 1, you are not replacing. So you can't take again R1. So if it's R1 here, these are the possibilities. You can get other colors. If this is R2 is there, you can take R1, but you can't take R2. So these are the other possibilities. If it's B1, you can't take B1 again. B2, we can't take B2 again. B3, you can't take B3 again. So all together, how many are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 here, 10 here, altogether 20 possibilities are there. So this is the sample space diagram. Encircle the elements of taking same color bulbs in both times. Red with red. So this is one possibility. I want to mark red, red. Red with red. Blue with blue. Blue with blue, and blue with blue. So this one we need to circle. So that's the elements of taking same color bulbs. So I can circle like this. So this is A. Encircle elements of taking same color. So they are not asking the probability. If you want the probability, what's the probability? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8 over 20. That's the probability, but no need. Now look at the next one, part B. The incomplete tree diagram of taking first bulb is as follows. Complete the tree diagram. So how many red bulbs were there? 2 out of 5. So that's 2 over 5. Then blue bulbs 3 over 5. This is just the first bulb. The probability of lighting a red bulb is 7 over 8. So if it's red, lighting a red bulb. Lighting and not lighting. So what's the probability? 7 over 8. If it's lighting. Then not lighting becomes 1 over 8. Then the next one it says, the probability of lighting a blue bulb is 1 over 5. So lighting a blue bulb is 1 over 5. So what's the probability of not lighting a blue bulb? 4 over 5. So 1 minus that. So that's the completed diagram, tree diagram. Now we can answer this question. Find the probability of lighting a selected bulb. It can be either red bulb or blue bulb. So probability of lighting red bulb plus probability of lighting blue bulb. So it can be either this or this. So what is the probability of lighting red bulb? So this part, 2 over 5 into 7 over 8. What's the lighting of a blue bulb? You have to select this part. 3 over 5 into 1 over 5. So what's the answer? You get 1 and this one, 4. 7 over 20. And this one, 3 over 25. So we have to convert to 100. So we'll convert to 100. 20 times 5. So 35 plus 25 times 4 is 100. 4 times 3, 12. So what's the answer? You get 47 over 100. So that's the lighting of any selected bulb. So we need to give marks now. We give marks. So we have already given, no, we have not given marks yet. So 10 marks for the whole question. So drawing the sample space, 2 marks. You can't mark these points. And then encircle this one, just 1 mark. Finding. You don't need to find out the probability. Just 3 marks there. And then here. This one, marking this probability, 1 mark. So 4. 5, 6 here. 2 for this and this one. 2 marks for finding this probability and 2 marks for this one. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and previous 3 marks. Altogether 10 marks for this question. So this is the last question in part A. So next we'll discuss the second paper.